Welcome back to Total to Titles. I am your host, D.D.P, and you are watching Dynasty Diamonds. Each and every week, you know the drill. We're out here, we're searching, looking for them gems, polish them up nice, insert them into your lineup, catch them W's. But right now, it's playoff season. We're getting into the off season. So you might catch a chip with this guy in the final game, your semifinals, depending on how your playoffs run out. This could be a guy to stash. And for instance, episode 30, it features my guy, Zonovan Bam Knight. This is a stash that could pay big dividends to start the next 23 season. So let's get right into it. Like I said, episode 30 is Bam Knight, Zonovan, my guy. He's an undrafted free agent out of North Carolina State, Wolfpack. Now, his freshman year, played 12 games, 138 attempts, 745 yards, 5 touchdowns. He had 7 receptions for 45 yards. But, 5.5 yards per carry as a freshman, not too shabby. Step into his sophomore year, 12 games, played a full year, 143 attempts, 785 yards. Again, 5.5 yards per carry, 10 touchdowns, up the receptions to 20 for $126. His final season at NC State with Devin Leary at QB, 2021, played 12 games again, another 140 attempts, 753 yards, right around that 5.4 yards per carry, 3 touchdowns, 20 receptions for 156 yards. Now listen, he went undrafted. But when the Jets needed a guy to step in when Breece Hall went down, this man came up literally off the streets, signed him as a UDFA. Boom. So far this year, he's had 65 attempts, 251 yards, a touchdown, almost 4 yards per carry for the Jets, 11 receptions, 83 yards receiving. The numbers don't jump off the page, but the 4-week span before Mr. Kill Everybody's Dream on the Jets, Zach Wilson, stepped back in, Zonovan was good. Okay. Week 12, 50% snap share, 14 attempts, one red zone attempt, 69 yards, 11 routes run. That's 37.9% of the routes run in the game. He had 3 targets, 3 receptions for 34 yards. Not too shabby. The following week, week 13, 50% snap rate, 14 attempts. 15 attempts, 4 red zone targets, 90 yards, 21 routes run. That's 35.6%. I mentioned this again because he was a UDFA, came in past midseason for the Jets. 5 targets, 5 receptions, 28 yards. Keep it rolling. Week 14, 48.6% snap share. Michael Carter's back. Okay. But the snap share was still there. Dropped a little bit below 50. That's not bad with a guy who's been in the system for 2 years. Zonovan Knight only been in the system for about 6 weeks. He had 17 attempts, 2 in the red zone, 71 yards, 15 routes run, almost a 30% route share. Not shabby again. Michael Carter was back. 2 targets, 2 receptions, 6 yards. Week 15, the numbers went down a little bit. 45.9% snap share. Zach Wilson was back at QB. 13 attempts, 0 in the red zone, 23 yards rushing. Not too shabby, not too good. Kind of like a big goose egg out there. But like I said, Mr. Irrelevant, Zach Wilson was back at QB. He just takes everybody down. He ran 6 routes, was only 15% of the routes run, 0 targets. Now, it is mostly to blame on Zach Wilson for everything going to poop on the offensive side of the ball. It's not just Zonovan Knight's numbers that go down. Garrett Wilson's numbers go down. Elijah Moore just disappears. The only gentleman that does well when Zach Wilson is in is CJ Uzama. So let's just scratch off the last 2 weeks for Knight. All right. And let's look at this. Boom. Week 12. Okay. 13.3 fantasy points. That was for number 23 overall. First Chicago. 4.93 yards per carry. Week 13, 16.8 fantasy points. Get you at 11 versus Minnesota. Pretty stout up front. Secondary, 6 yards per carry. Week 14, 15.7 fantasy points versus Buffalo, top tier team, almost 5 yards per carry. Week 15, again, like I stated, Zach Wilson was back, 2.3 fantasy points. 60th versus Detroit, 1.8 yards per carry. The whole run game in that situation was anemic against the Lions. You could probably get him cheap because he's injured right now. Get him, stash him. Like I said, Wilson brings everybody down. But with an ACL injury to Breece Hall and James Robinson being literally next to non existent and a healthy scratch for almost 2 out of the last 3 games, I believe, Knight is the guy you're going to want to keep to start the season in 2023. Breece Hall won't be 100%. Michael Carter's already proven that he's not that bell cow, needs a second fiddle. Zonovan Knight could be a guy to start your season off right in 2023. I said we're back all the time. We're dropping gems. Coming up next, it's going to be an IDP guy out of Green Bay. That'll be Quay Walker. Go get Zonovan Knight. Reap the benefits of Bam while he flexes in your lineup to start next year. Towards the titles.